Peace, peace, good people, and welcome to the Goddess by Tarot, coming on to give you guys Scorpio's reading. So if you are Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising, pull up. This is for you. So listen, Scorpio. The pre-shuffle was lit. I believe that I'm going to be talking to all Scorpios, no matter where that placement is. If you have a plethora of Scorpio energy in you, that energy has been busy lately. It's been doing a lot of stuff. I got the energy of you were trying to dissolve something that you've done in your past. I don't know what you did. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. I don't know what you've done. But that was the energy that I got during the pre-shuffle. A lot of cards kept coming out. It's almost like you were spilling the beans, like you are I don't know, because y'all are not big on talking to other people about your secrets and the things that you've done, but I think I am talking to a collective of Scorpio that wants to. It's almost like you're seeking somebody that you can just pour all of this shit out on, and you don't even care if they judge you. You're just trying to do some type of emotional clearing right now. That's what I got for you, Scorpio. So listen, if you've made it to this part of the reading and you're still here, then you know this is your reading, right? So before I go any further, thank you for the newbies, okay? If you're finding me for the very first time, this is your very first time on my channel, hello. I hope that you do enjoy my style of reading. Hopefully everything resonates. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, right? Because not every reading is for everybody. But nevertheless, I do thank you for being here. OGs and returnees, sending love from my heart to yours. You know that I appreciate you, okay? Let's go ahead and welcome in the sweet spirit of love, light, and life. Thank you, sweet spirit, for using me as a trusted and true vessel to bring about a message for the collective of Scorpio that will soon be here to view this reading. Oh, goodness. Listen, Scorpio. You know, y'all already get a bad rap for being vindictive and spiteful and very revengeful and sneaky. So, you know, and I'm not going to lead with that energy, because at the end of the day, a very healthy minded Scorpio is a gem. Okay. I believe when a Scorpio enters your life, especially if they are a high vibrational one, they can actually help usher in a very healthy transformation, a very healthy change that the person needs. However, a low vibrational Scorpio does that same thing, but they take a person through so many unnecessary low vibrational changes that it leaves the person desolate. It leaves the person broken. It leaves the person hurt. So I think that I'm talking to those type of Scorpios. You have hurt somebody in your past. Somebody's possibly, okay? That's what it felt like. And I ain't even got the cards down, but like I said, the pre-shuffle, the energy from the pre-shuffle was saying all of that. So let's see what the look, goodness, the death card, literally transformation. Y'all might not be able to see that. Literally the word that I just used, transformation. Then the 10 of Pentacles, and then the 7 of Pentacles. I believe that you are trying to clear some shit up because you've grown up. You've leveled up. Or you are now spiritually tapped in. You are a higher version of your past self now. And I feel like that you probably can't elevate as much as you would like, because you got to face some demons. You got to face some things that you've done to people, said to people, some old low down things that you might have done that they still to this very day don't know that you did. But you know you did them, and those demons are haunting you. Those demons are haunting you. I believe that you are definitely in the middle of changing directions, and it feels spiritual. It feels like you may have encountered some type of dark night of the soul, some type of awakening, some type of rebirth. And people will post their awakenings. You know, I just hate the way social media tries to make things look like it's beautiful and very bright and shiny. No, awakenings are dark. The dark night of the soul it'll take you out if you don't have the necessary spiritual tools and enlightenment and people around you to help you get through it. This direction change for you has made you face things that you've done in your past. It's making you face that. It could have even came by way of someone passing, somebody transitioning. And it's not that the person that transitioned, that you did anything wrong to them. I think just the transitioning period of a person has brought on some type of it gave momentum to something that you probably felt like you had needed to do. Because death, whether it's a death of a loved one or a friend or anything, death is supposed to. If you're soulless, you don't care. But when you have a soul and your spirit is trying to elevate, when you are around death, it will activate something in you that makes you want to operate more pure. It makes you want to tap into things that are a little more purposeful, right? So I think that's what I'm feeling with you, Scorpio. You've encountered something that kind of brought on this new mindset, this direction change. But there are some people in your past, and it feels like it could be multiple people, not necessarily just one. It feels like you may have done some things in your past to multiple people, and you're being asked, or you already know, to fix it. Now, a few of you guys may spin the block trying to get certain people, particular people, to forgive you. You need their verbal forgiveness before you can actually move to the next level. And so the ego of a Scorpio is very fixed. Y'all are a part of the fixed sign, right? Along with Taurus and Leo and Aquarius. So it's going to be difficult for those of you who are getting the assignment, the whisper from the universe, to go to that person and apologize, to go tell somebody what you did, to fix it. However you're being guided to fix it, it's going to be very difficult for you because, again, there is a fixed component to you that's like, no, now I'll do everything else I'm supposed to do, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm not, but you're only halting your own elevation because of that fixed energy. So, deal with that however you feel like you need to deal with it. So the Nine of Cups is here, and it's in a very positive position. I feel like this is the currency of your mindset. Like, this is your right now, your today mindset. I think you feel there's a level of discipline that I feel is coming from this elevation. There's a level of discipline. Again, I feel like I'm talking to an elevated, high vibrational, or headed to high vibrational energy. Scorpio. I don't think I'm talking to, you probably were a low vibrational hellion. Secretive hellion, because y'all not outright. Y'all behind the scenes hellions. But I think you've passed that. Again, all of this is coming from, that top row was things that you did in your past. Something triggered an awakening. This is where you're at with it now. You are seeking satisfaction. You are seeking fulfillment. You are seeking pleasure, not necessarily sensual or sexual, just pleasure-filled life, right? But there are some things that you have to do. There are some things that you have to fix in order to rise to the level of it that you deserve. You got to get those demons off of you. You got to face those demons. You have to fix them, okay? And again, there is a level of obedience that I feel that I'm talking to, as far as the collective is concerned, that many of you all are going to do that. Now, the King of Wands is here. I know your pride, as I've already mentioned, is going to get in the way in the beginning. As I mentioned, you are a fixed sign, so there could be a little rigidity there. You're like, But I got a feeling something's going to usher you into it anyway. It's going to get to a point where you're not going to have a choice, because some level of leadership in your life is going to be put on pause until you address it. Now, the 10 of Swords is in the reverse. Okay? I think you're going to go back and forth with yourself, assuming that, well, it wasn't that bad. I didn't, kind of like you're trying to justify the things that you did in the past, trying to convince yourself that you don't need to address it because, oh, well, that was 10 years ago. I know they're not still holding on to that. Or that was, that happened when I was a child. I was just playing. I didn't know no better. It's like you're trying to justify why you don't have to do what your spirit is telling you to do. So be careful of that. To me, this is a warning card that you're going to turn your own life upside down. You're going to put your own life on hold. And you are going to bottom out if you're not obedient to what your spirit is telling you to do, Scorpio, okay? If you are resonating with this message, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, okay? But yeah, Scorpio, you are definitely, okay, Sagittarius energy is here. Temperance, the Temperance. I believe this card is telling you to move at your own pace. You don't have to be in a rush. Address these, be obedient with what your spirit is telling you to do, but address these situations as you can, because one thing you don't want to do is run up on these people and you only doing it because you just ready to, move past it. No. It has to be genuine, and it has to be in divine timing. So I believe that, yes, is this change necessary? Yes, will this change help you grow? Yes, will this change help you expand? Yes, will this be a nudge, a new, I'm saying not a nudge, a new little nudge on your belt, because you'll be able to say, oh, I'm so sorry. You'll be able to say, I made it past a very dark time in my life by being obedient to what Spirit told me to do. So that's a flex, especially when you get ready to tell your story to people and they're going to say, oh, well, you used to be like this. I can't believe you actually apologized. And then you'll be able to say, yeah, but I've changed. I've leveled up in my thinking. So this is I did that so I could become who I am today. So it's almost like it's going to put you in a position too where you're going to be almost like a teacher, a guider. A high priestess, a high priest. That's what y'all are in the tarot anyway, right? The high priestess and the high priest. Well, we know the high priest is, the Hierophant, which is Taurus, and you are the high priestess, which is, your card. So, but either way, you and Taurus share the axis. So sometimes your priestess energy will come out as high priest, and sometimes it will come out in your energy, which is the high priestess. Nevertheless, it's all the same, right? All the same. But yes, you are being guided to be very, to just, do what you can when you can, but just make sure you do it. Complete the assignment, but you don't have to rush and do it. And you don't, please don't move in pretense. Don't be pretentious, because people know when you are being fake and people know when you are being genuine. Your elevation is contingent upon you being soulfully apologetic to what you've done to people in your past. And people will release you from whatever hellhole they've put you in since you hurt them, contingent upon how genuine your apology is, right? Whether you use the words apology or not. Nobody's saying run and say, I'm sorry. Maybe somebody just wants closure. Maybe these people that you have hurt just want to know that you do care about what you did and you're trying to change and fix it. Okay, so, I can't tell you exactly what to say or how to say what to say to these people that you may have, brought, that you've inflicted pain upon, but you know what to say. Because each of y'all did something different. And so, whatever you did will determine how you need to fix it, right? Someone want to show me clearly if that is more. But yeah, I know that you guys are going through an emotional clearing, especially if you're watching this reading right now. We just came off of we're still in a new moon in Cancer. So there is definitely some emotional clearing going on for you, Scorpio. It's not going to stop once the new moon in Cancer leaves. It's going to be ongoing for you up until probably up until your season, up until your birthday, up until and maybe even past, depending on how heavy your stuff is, because everybody's stuff is different. You know, some of y'all did a little bit, some of y'all did a lot of bit. So it's really, everything is really contingent upon what you know you've been told to do, and if you do it. Okay. If there's more, show me more, show me clearly. There is a reset that's trying to happen in you, and you'll get exactly what you deserve. This is a lot of cards fell out. I'm not going to take those. If you be obedient to your spirit. Okay, I'm going to do one more round, and if there's nothing else to pop out to show itself, I am going to conclude this reading. So let's do it one more time. Also, I know when I was doing the pre-shuffle, the Seven of Swords came out, and I believe the Chariot came out. So that made me think of, I said, I wonder, is this a 7-year bid that Scorpio has done? Because, you know, when I see sevens are very important numbers. So if sevens resonate with you, this is definitely your reading, okay? Sevens talk about a cycle being completed. Sevens talk about a shift. Sevens talk about forgiveness. So there's a lot of relevancy in the number 7, okay? Just if you're guided to apply that to your life because you know that it resonates, then look into the number 7. You may even be a life path 7, okay? I do see that something is trying to unfold for you, Scorpio, but again, it's all contingent upon you addressing things that you did in the past. And not just so you can elevate. Really because you need to clear your own energy. You got to clear your own energy. You've got to be able to lay this stuff down, but you can't lay it down because you're just throwing it to the side. It has to be laid down because you've addressed these things and you've made peace with these things, and you've helped the people that you've hurt make peace with things that you've done to them in the past, okay? All right, Scorpio, again, if you've resonated with the reading, go ahead and hit that like button. If there's a Scorpio that you feel like needs to hear this, share it with them. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for being here. This is where I conclude. Bye-bye.